Hey y'all, welcome back for another video. If this is your first time watching, my name is Ruby Jones and I am an entrepreneur. I am a mother. I kind of know a lot, and so that's the purpose of my recent videos, is just to share a lot of, the life of an entrepreneur slash mother slash we do it all. Okay. So are you burnt out? Are you finding yourself doing absolutely everything in your business, the chief of everything officer, like they say? I just want to encourage you to hang in there, and please know that you are not alone. Okay, you are not alone. But if you are burnt out, you can only go so far so fast. And so this video is to help you to find ways to help you grow your business. Okay, so keep listening. So I remember when I started my dental assistant business nearly 10 years ago, I was a chairside assistant for almost 13 years. Okay, so that means that when I started my business, I was still working full time as a dental assistant. Literally, I would be with patients from 8 to 5. Soon as the patients would leave, I would be pulling out chairs from the closet, big heavy tables from the closet to set up for my classroom. Okay, teaching my class at night, finally being able to get home 10:30 at night. Okay, I had a cell phone. I bought an extra. I don't think I knew about like Google numbers or anything like that. I think that's the reason why, or even if it existed at the time, I don't know. But there was like no app for another number or anything. So I had a cell phone, which I actually still I use that cell phone. Well, I don't. My staff uses that phone for the business now still. But anyways, I had a cell phone. So anybody who was interested, my dad would put out these yard signs all over Charlotte and the surrounding North Carolina areas. And people would call when they saw it. And I would have to, on my lunch break, call everybody back. Or when I got off at the end of the day, I was calling everybody back. So I was admissions, providing program information, cost details, how long was the course, what are they getting with the course. I was answering all the calls. Okay, and then when they were really interested, when this cold or interested lead turn into a hot lead, meaning like they are super interested, really wanting to, showing signs that they really want to sign up for the class, I would coordinate a tour for them at the dental office that I was working at, and I would do this after hours, and she would allow me to do it on the weekends too, like Saturday and Sunday. Basically, I would have to work around, which makes sense, work around the dental office hours and patients. Like, patients was first, my students were second. Okay, and so I was answering the phone, calling people back, providing information, sending all the emails. They would show up and I would be the tour guide. I'm like, hey, my name is Ruby. They're like, oh, were you the one I was talking to on the phone? I'm like, oh yeah, yep, that's me. Give them a tour, provide the value of the program. And then weeks or so later, when they would show up, I'm like, show up for class, the first day of class, I'm like, hey guys, welcome in. And they're like, Miss Ruby? I'm like, yeah, I'm your instructor. And they're like, oh, okay, okay. So I was everything. Like I said, I was admissions, I was a tour guide, I was student services, that I would provide tutoring. I'll go to the car during my lunch hour, I would provide tutoring on the phone, or that 30 minutes in between switching from the dental office to the school, I would tutor then. There was times I would stay after we get out of class. Would probably end around 9:30 p.m. And so I would stay after hours to do tutoring on the weekends. Like, y'all, I was busting my tail. Okay? Busting my tail. And so, yeah, I was the tutor. I was student services. And then at the end of that, I was career services. So I was plugging them into jobs, into calling my dental assistant friends or the previous doctors that I've established relationships with over my early dental years to see if they would hire my student. You know, like, y'all, it was a wild time, okay? Like I said, I played all the parts. I was the representative for all 3 departments: admissions, student services while they were taking a class, career service close to the end, and when they finished the class, I was the instructor. I was everything. Fast forward. Like I said, right? It's April. It's April right now. July of this year, July of 2025, that business, DA Academy of North Carolina, will make 10 years in business. Okay. Now, I have been able to almost, to be honest, let's say maybe 70%. Like, to be honest, to be fair. At least 75% of my business, I have now been able to either automate. Okay, like I said, I'm going to drop some gems. This is some things you can do. Automate and delegate. Okay. Mind you, the delegation starting off is very difficult because you are probably the only staff. Like, you're the owner and the staff. But what I don't want you to do is what I want you to do is create a business for yourself. Okay? Which means you should be making a profit at some point. What I don't want you to do is create a job for yourself. Okay? Where you are just creating enough revenue just to make it, just to get by, not enough to hire staff so that you are able to delegate. Okay? So don't think I'm just talking down or, oh, you just got to delegate. You just got to get somebody else to do the things you can't do. You know, like these other business people, which is the truth once you get there. Okay, so my first thing is hang in there. Brighter, bigger days are ahead. If you put your head down, pray, and work hard. Try to do all the right things. Push yourself to learn on a daily basis. Find yourself a mentor, all of those things, right? But the takeaway is to automate and to delegate. And now in our world of like just all of the software apps, 10 plus years ago, whatever, when I started, it was hard to automate. Like, we didn't have all of these apps and systems set up in our emails to where you can instantly reply back. You can, once somebody sends you an email, you can send them an instant email telling them you're out the office. Like, that's an automation. An automation is when something happens, something else automatically happens. Automation means you're eliminating. So let's just say anytime a person would send you an email about a service, about a product that you have, right? And traditionally, they will not get a reply back or a response until you are physically able to open that email, press reply, and boom, 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 send. Okay, that's a manual situation. An automation, this is just an example because there are tons of automations, but an automation is going to be, now you can put in place where Somebody sends you a question or an inquiry about a product or service that you have or you offer, and soon as you receive it, an email is automatically sent back to them without you having to sit back, open, and then be able to reply. The client, your customer, has zero waiting time, which means it will increase the chances of them doing business with you, whether again it's a product or a service. Okay, so automation is key because people want stuff when they want it, honey. They are not waiting for you. If you sell a shirt and she sells a shirt and she liked your shirt first and she called you or messaged you to buy your shirt, and you take 3 hours to respond for her to purchase, guess what? She's going to purchase the shirt from this next person, even though she liked your shirt more. Just straight base. This is just human interaction. Like, that's just how we are. We want things when we want them. We don't want to wait for nothing, for nobody. Okay, so again, automation is going to be key in helping you relieve the tasks that you have to do, and helping you be able to grow and spend time at, in other places. And so there's so many systems. If you want to, you can write me a comment, you can send me an email. I have different options for automations that can get very detailed, but just to throw some out at you, just Google itself, like Google Drive. There's a lot of automation set up in there, with Google Sheets, with Google Docs, with Google Emails. My number one, it's really a project manager. It can do so many different things, but it also allows automations. And this is just a free app, is Trello, Trello. I love Trello. Me and my entire team uses Trello. We communicate on Trello. We track where we are, what we're doing, when we're doing it, when we're going to be done. And there's ways you can set up automations in there. Like, soon as you finish a task, the next thing happens, or you send out an email, or you notify somebody else without you having to actually do it. Okay, so Trello's a good one. There's just so many automations, and even my other business, Pilot Enterprise, which is like a SaaS, digital software marketing business that I have. I'm able to set up a lot. I learned so much about automations. And so now if a person inboxes us about a specific course, because right now we offer about 5, 6, really more, 7 or so courses. If they send an inquiry about, let's just say, course A, I have a specific response about that course, the specific dates and costs about that course that they're interested in. So it gets to be very specific. Somebody sends me an inquiry about course C, they get an immediate response about course C, about that course, how much it costs, when it's going to be taking place, and all of the above. And so again, I'm here to help. And again, I will drop and mention more automations, like free apps and different softwares that I do know of. Honestly, Trello is the only one I could think of at the time, and Google is big as well, so you cannot go wrong with Google. But there's a lot of different options out there, you guys. So I encourage you to find the one that works for you and start to automate some things. And again, you can automate almost everything. Okay, everything. I don't want to get too crazy into it, but if you have a question, please comment, let me know. And again, the second one was delegation, but I don't want to spend too much time on that, because trust me, I know I used to get so irritated with business people or leader, whatever, who would always say delegate, delegate, delegate. And I'm like, to who? Who? To, it's just me, honey. It just be us. It just be us grinding, just one solopreneur. And again, this is in the beginning, okay? And that's really who my videos are for, because if you know what you know, You know, some people will continue to learn and grow, but some, you know, some people feel like once they get to a certain place, it's nothing else that they need to learn, which is a lie. As long as you're living, you should be learning. But again, I want to focus a lot on that early entrepreneur stage, and I'm still early in it too. I don't know it all, you know. I'm first a student before a teacher. Okay, I'm a student first. I will always be a student. So like I said, once we get there, y'all, and it is a sweet spot, a sweet place to be. We are able to delegate. Okay, but we got to get there first. We got to get there. We got to grow our business so that we can grow our team, right? So of course, delegation, I mean, you know, that's kind of like in a perfect world, which it can happen for you. It's happened for me. It's happened for me. Okay, so I would have never thought that I would really be, you know, where I am and where I'm headed, because I feel like it's just the beginning. But again, I am here to encourage you to automate the things that you can automate, because it will save your life. It will save your time. Okay, so I really hope you found this video helpful. Like, comment, and share, and I should be back next week for another video. Have a wonderful day.